Hello everyone, in this video we're going to see how to use VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP and XLOOKUP formulas in Google Sheets. So what do these formulas do is they bring the information of a cells from another column and write it down to the necessary cell. So for instance, in this case, we have the codes in here and we're looking for the classes and credits, and the information that we need is in here. So write VLOOKUP, which stands for vertical lookup. It is going to first ask me the search key. My search key is the information that I want to be searched. So in this case, it's the code. Put your delimiter and then choose the range. The range stands for the array that you would like to work on. So choose the whole array. And just because we're going to copy and paste the formula, we're also locking the array as well. Put your delimiter again, and then it asks me index. Index stands for in which column that I am looking for this information. In other words, in which column's property that I would like to bring. So we're looking for class. This is the first, this is the second, and this is the third column. So I need the third column's information. So just because of that, I'm writing 3 in here. Put your delimiter again, and now it's asking me if it's sorted or not. Actually, this stands for if I'm looking for an exact match or if I'm looking for an approximate match. When you look at the explanation, I can clearly see that it's not enough, but in a nutshell, we can say that if we're looking for an exact match, we have to put 0, and if we're looking for an approximate match, just like grading the students according to their GPA, we will be needing to use an approximate match. So let's stay in this case. After you write 0 or false, which both stands for an exact match, close your parentheses and then hit enter. Once you do that, you will be able to see that the algebra data will be shown up in here. If you copy and paste your formulas, you will be able to see that all classes will be shown here with this formula. Now you can actually write this formula more dynamically, because in here we statically write 3. So what if we didn't need to write 3? So that it could understand from the title and it should bring me the right type of information. To be able to do that, we need to learn the match function. The match function basically looks for the value and finds its place in an array. In this case, I would like to learn in which column the credits is in. So somehow I need to be able to make the column index number 2. For that, choose your lookup value, put your delimiter, and then choose the range that you would like to work on, which are just the titles in here. Lock it down, and then put your delimiter, and we're looking for an exact match. And once you close the parentheses and hit enter, we will have the answer 2. So we can use this formula for column index number. So let's write the formula for credits. Write VLOOKUP, and our search key is the code, and then put your delimiter. The array that we would like to work on is this. Lock it down with brackets, and then instead of writing 2 as mentioned, we can just write match. I want this cell to be found in here and I want an exact match. So this whole match formula is our column index number. Once you will put the delimiter, it is going to pass to the is-sorted section, which we're also looking for an exact match. So we're putting 0 again. And once you close your parenthesis and hit enter, you will be able to see 3. If you're going to copy and paste the formulas, just be careful that there are brackets in the right places. For example, we also need to put brackets in here if we need to copy and paste the formulas. Usually Google Sheets help us if we would like to make an autofill. You can press Ctrl Enter, or you can just simply copy it by Ctrl and C, and then choose the area and then paste special formula only. What's good with this formula is, if I had to change the titles from credits to class, just like this, it is going to automatically bring the classes to me, because in this case, now it's looking for the classes in here and turning the number 3 instead of 2. Now let's take it back. Now let's learn the approximate match for grading the children. Now, if we wrote it down, the exact match in this case, it was going to give us an error because we're looking for the GPA and then we're looking it in this section, lock down the array, and then we need the index as 2. You can also write the match formula, but let's keep it simple in this case. And then if you wrote it down as an exact match, you will get an error. The reason is it's impossible to find 3.6 in this column. And there's 3.67, there's 2.67, but there is no 3.6. So what we're doing here, we need an approximate match to grade the student. For that, instead of writing 0, we write 1. So the Google Sheets understand that this is between these because these are sorted and the relevant grade is B. So all you have to do is copy and paste the formulas. In HLOOKUP, it works just like VLOOKUP, but instead of vertical lookup, it makes an horizontal lookup. Let's say the data was registered just like this, and we need the date of delivery of customer 9. All we have to do is write HLOOKUP and then choose your search key, which is customer 9 in this case. Choose the range that you would like to work on, which is this, lock the array, and then index. So instead of asking us the column index in here, it's asking us the row index. In this case, it is date of delivery. I can just simply write 3 because it's in the third row, 1, 2, and 3. Or I could also use the match formula to make it more dynamic, just like we did in the previous section. Match, date of delivery, and look it up in here and bring me an exact match. Just this one will give me the answer 3. And once you put your delimiter, it is going to get to the is sorted section. And just because we're looking for an exact match, we put either 0 or false. Once you close the parenthesis and enter, you will be able to see that the date of delivery of customer 9 is showing up in here. Just because the cells are dynamic in this case, you can also just create a data validation, choose this range, we were going to apply here. And you can make it drop down from a range, which are the customers in this case. So you can just choose the relevant customer number, and the date of delivery will be changed according to the customer. So that's what HLOOKUP does. Instead of vertical lookup, it makes an horizontal lookup and then give us the answer that we're looking for. The XLOOKUP formula works also in the same way, just like the vertical lookup. It's just the formula is a bit different than VLOOKUP. So write XLOOKUP and then choose your search key. Put your delimiter, and in this case, in case of choosing all the array, we only have to choose the lookup range, which the lookup range is the array that we should be able to find the search key. In this case, it's this one. I'm not properly choosing this array. I know this is the last row is just to show another feature of XLOOKUP. So I'm choosing this array purposely. After you choose your array, also close the array with brackets as well, put your delimiter, and then you need a result range. So in which array that we're looking for this answer. So we were looking for the class, so we need to choose the class array. Just an important note that these two arrays should be in both same size. The missing value stands for what this function should write if there is no value like this. Let's say error for now. Put your delimiter, and now the match mode. Just like we learned, we either put 0 or 1, so we need an exact match, 0 or false. And then we have search mode. The search mode helps us to find the search key whether from up to down or down to up. I will explain this later, but let's leave it blank in this case. So close the parenthesis and hit enter. Once you do that, you can see that the formula works. All you have to do is copy and paste the formula. But what if we had a problem with our code? Let's say that something happened and someone mistyped, or this data is not in here. So when we put enter, we get the error string because we already determined what it should present when the value is missing. Let's take it back. And let's mention the last property of XLOOKUP. So, as mentioned before, that the whole components are nearly same with the other formulas, but I have to mention that in VLOOKUP and also in HLOOKUP, the values are searched from up to down. Or in HLOOKUP, it looks from left to right. So what this means is if there was another data just like this in here, and let's say the credit is 4 and the class, let's make it down, it was going to bring me the algebra and 3 credits anyway, because once the code is found or the search key is found, the Google Sheets stop to look for it. So it's not going to be able to find the last one. Or HLOOKUP as well. Once it finds in the left side, it's not going to look more. But XLOOKUP on the other side help us whether to look from up to down or down to up. So if we normally had to put the formula, we were going to write as XLOOKUP, and then search key is the code, and then lookup range is going to be this. The result range is this. The missing value, let's say error. We're looking for an exact match. And then the search mode. If you put 1, it is going to look from up to down. Let's try it. So it is bringing me the algebra and, oh sorry, we actually choose the wrong array. So instead of choosing algebra class, we need to choose the credits. And just because we mentioned it as 1, so it is going to look from up to down, it bring me 3. But if I told it to look from down to up, I should have written -1. So when I'm going to hit the enter, I'm going to get 4, because instead of looking from up to down, it looks from down to up. And since it finds the MA101 in here, it doesn't need to look further. Once it is found, and it is already looking down to up because of this -1, we will be able to see the result 4 in this case. Usually, the XLOOKUPs, this property, is looked in the latest property of a person in a database. This was just a simple example to show you how this search mode works. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and it was informative to explain you about XLOOKUP, HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Please don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions, and also hit the like button and also subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.